We could record this. So the three questions is, what is your starting capital? How much of your, what's the percentage of the capital you use every day that you trade? And the third question, what was the third question again? It's what's your starting capital? How much of it you use per trade? And what is your percentage goal? Yes, how much do you put? Yes, how much you use in each trade? Correct. Like, what is your goal? Your daily goal? There you go. So, how much capital you start with? How much of it? What the percentage of your capital that you use? And what is your daily goal? I want this in your notes because you're gonna be looking at this every single day. And I want it here too. So I want y'all to put it here too. Correct. It doesn't matter what your capital is. I'm gonna break this whole thing down to you guys. Ah, yes. And yeah, definitely risk tolerance as well. Because the amount you use per day is what you're willing to risk. And then from there, what your drawdown is. But we'll get to that. I want to go with the basic. And wait, you say zero sound on your end? Can you hear? Let me get my hold on, let me get my pad too. Stop slacking. I like a little twirl. Ah, here we go. Got it. All right, Sergio, we're gonna start with you. This applies to everybody. Sam, all right. That's already a red flag. That's 25% of your account. So we got Sergio. Put that in. You better write that down. You got to put like cross it out, change that. All right, Sergio, 1K. All right. Got a job, but don't work every day. Work varies. Some days work, some days don't. So are you like call in type of person, or like how many times out the week do you work? If it was a call in or anything like that. Use both of my capital daily. Percentage of capital in each trade varies on how confident I am in the trade. Sometimes 500, sometimes 1K to 1,500 when I had 3,500. Correct. So first is first, you oversize. Whatever your trade is, right? Mel, you next. Sergio, off the back, you work all day. I mean, every day of the week, right? So what is your percentage goal daily on your account? A day. You get a little greedy sometimes. Okay. So you're in the set of starting from scratch. So a lot of times that put that at the top of your notes. You got to put that at the top of your notes. Greed. That's number one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, like 100% real. I'm gonna be very blunt. Sergio, off the back, you're oversizing. 3,500, you should be using no more than 200 of your account. Your goal is you can, well, I guess if you like, if you want, you have to, how can I say this? You got to give yourself, if your goal is 500 a day, it is 1,000% achievable daily, and especially off of 3,500. So earlier when I told you, would you be comfortable with $50 to $200 a day? And you said 200, yeah, not 50. But then I put in perspective that 50 a day is 200 a week. Sorry. 2,500, sorry. Right? I said 2,500, $250. Sorry. So that's $250 a week, right? By the time, so right now you're starting with 1K. You got to focus on what options work best for you. So with 1K, the best options, and if you're trading anything under $1, you have to have a rule in place. So number one, your first rule is we're starting with $100. I mean $1,000. Of that $1,000, your first rule every single day, whether you're going to be playing with 10% of your account every single day. Okay. That's rule number one. That's $100. Because $100 is going to discipline you into being consistent with playing with just a certain amount and not oversizing. I got you next, Sam. Right? Now, the next question is you wanted to, your goal was $500 a day off of 3,500, correct? And you broke your rule today doing what? What is one thing? So you broke your rules being greedy. With 3,500, you can make $500 every day for the first hour, hands down. 3,500, that is 15% on your total account. And you can do that without using your whole account. So from here on out, you will be trading 10% of 1,000. You're going to stick to that rule. You're not going to be doing 500 because you're going to have, and this is one thing you got to understand, until you're able to buy more than one contract, using $100 a day does not mean you are going to be, you can't break the rule of using 100 a day. So whatever you are trading, and for this account size, your best trade will be the beginning of the day, first hour, or the last 30 minutes. Because in the last 30 minutes, as you've seen alone today, well, 10 minutes, sorry, last 10 minutes, not last 30 minutes, but last 30 minutes, there's so many opportunities. You can do so much with just one contract. Last 30 minutes, last 10 minutes, you get premiums are depleted. So this causes you to be nothing but what? Patient. You are a very patient person. Greedy, that over trumps the patience. Those can't go hand in hand. You are a patient trader. So this tells me you are okay with waiting to get into a trade or waiting for your setup. So this also tells me that if you don't see something you like, if there's nothing for the whole day that this doesn't fit your trading criteria, because I'm not too sure what your criteria is. Are you a swing trader? Are you a scalper? Do you like breakouts, breakdowns, flags, this, that? Do you like low of the day bounce plays? Everybody varies. For the next 4 weeks, you will be trading with $100. This is gonna suck, but this is gonna discipline you. Okay, so that $100 you're gonna be trading with, you're looking for no more than 20%. Now, hear what I'm trying to tell you, because I'm breaking it down before I actually tell you not just one trade. Okay. So first week, you're gonna trade with $100. And that's every single day. You should always have more, you should always have, at the end of the day, if you're paying with $100, whether you win or lose, it's got to always be 900 in your account, unless you're in profit or you're not in profit. So let's say we're not starting tomorrow, because I'm not going to let you start tomorrow, and you're not going to play lottos. You can make this happen, and I'm gonna explain how. Okay. Are you good at trading QQ? It's not. It's not. It's really not. It's actually $200 a day. It's actually $200 a day. You're not adding to a position. You're scaling the position. How many scalps can you do in a day with $1,000 at $100? Nope. You gotta include. You don't pay commission. You know that commission be cutting into the trade. Unless your trades are under 80 cents, then yeah, you could do 10. I mean, you can actually do more than 10, depending on what you're actually going for. Okay, so you get 10 trades a day at 20%. Some of them will be less, some of them will be possibly 100%. And you know this. But what is your goal? 20%. If you did 10% a day, which is even more achievable because you can do that instantly in seconds with ODT, right? Because to me, a lotto it's just looking for a play. It's not actually a setup. It's more like, I got $50. Let me just see, oh, this looks good right here. This could break out to do a crazy gain. But if you're that good, and like you say, you're pretty good at finding setups, entries, all right? But the greed is the holding part. And you got to stop holding. So you're going to scalp. I mean, not tomorrow. And then tomorrow you might be like, damn, today should have been the day. Because you need a fresh reset. Okay? So not tomorrow, but I want you to write down trades. Every single trade that you would do, 10 trades. 10 trades. 10 trades. That's it. If you can. If you're not busy, I know you're working. But starting Monday, the reason I say do not start tomorrow, because I want you to have a clear head. Tomorrow you could paper trade it. Mentally write these things down. Screenshot it, send it to me. DM me it. Y'all all can do this. DM me. It does not bother me. You want to use me as a journal progress? I got you. I got you. But I'm not going to let you beat yourself up, though. So if you come to me beating yourself up like, fuck, I fucked up, I'm not going to let you do that. I don't like that. I'm so positive that, like, I will flip that. I'll be like, yo, chill. That's it. Tomorrow's a better day. You know what you did wrong. That's it. We get through it. All right. So tomorrow you're going to paper trade 10 trades. Remember, each trade cannot exceed $100. So you are looking for trades that it could be a trade that's 90 cents. It could be a trade that's 60 cents. If you do a trade that, let's say, is $1, but then the commission is like $5 or whatever, who knows, or $3, $2, 50 cents. It doesn't matter. Then that means if you go over, you can, and what we'll do is we'll give you, of those 10 trades, one trade where you can go over, but you can't go over more than $110, because there might be a trade that comes down to an entry that you really like, and let's say it gets down to like your limit, you have a limit in at 110, and you see like there's a double bottom in premiums or double bottom on a day, and you're like, all right, it's close to the low again, I'm gonna try it here, and then you get in right there. But the rule that also applies too is we know that the first hour and the last hour premiums, they drop. They drop. Everything is instant. But from after the first hour, the remainder of the day before the last hour, everything is stable. They drop slow on a Thursday or on a, you got a Thursday, because Thursday goes into Fridays where premiums get cheaper. Early in the week is the best week to trade. You can do $200 a day. That's 100%. That's 100% on your account next week if you can do that. Your goal is 15%, because once you get back to 3,500, you're only using, you're doing the same thing. So if we're using 10%, you will be using 350 by the time you get to 3,500. When your account, so the goal here is once your account doubles, right? So you go from 1,000 to, you're still at 10%. When you get to 10K, you are not at 10%. Because once you get to 10%, once you get to 10K, you're actually dropping. You're dropping your percentage to about 5%. You don't ever want to exceed $500 per trade. If your account is 5,000, that's still a lot. I'm sorry. So for you guys, 1K, no more than $100. 2K, I would honestly stick to no more than 120 or one. Let's say, let's make it good. Every time you double your account, you add $20 to, it. So if it's 1K and 10% of that is 200, I'd rather not do the 200 to where you're going up in numbers. Like, yeah, 3K, then it's going to be 300 per trade, which is 10%. Nah. There's a point of discipline that you have to be disciplined. So it will be 100. That's 10 trades at 1K. Then at 2K, it'll be 150. At 3K, you will stay at 150. No, so question. So this specifically for day trading. See, so that's for scalping. You're talking about buying. Are you talking about in regards to buying? You can do this with buying time. It doesn't have to be strictly for day trading. Now, if you're buying time, you can stick to the 10% rule. Of course, but are you buying time? See, now we're gonna get to that next. Oh, so you're the next topic, Mel. I got something for you. I got something for you. I can't. This is why I like these conversations, which I think y'all appreciate these conversations during market, and it helps y'all. It distracts y'all in the market during the market hours too, because we'll be done, and then we talk about these things, and then other trades could be happening, but we don't really care for it. But this is good. So that's the next thing with the buying time, because that's my favorite. That's the, you just said alert, set it and forget it. So 1K, you're only using $100 per trade. That allows you 10 trades. 2K, $150. That allows, we want to get it to where you're not doing more than 10 trades a day. So as we go up in profit, we're gonna do 5 trades. There's no need for you to scalp that much with 1K, like with 1K, 2K, or whatever. 3K, you're staying at 150. That allows you, what is that, 20 trades? But you don't want to see that. We don't want that. We want to stay at a low number. So we're going to stay at 5. 4K. Now you go to 175 per trade. 5K. 175 per trade. And you're sticking to 5 trades as you go. Okay. And your percentage can increase from these. But if you say to be done in the first hour, how do I make my 200 daily going using only 100 a trade? That goes with Mel's buying time. So now here you go. Now with Mel, I'm gonna have to get to the time. Let's focus on it. Let's focus on the shorthand first. Let's focus on this side first. Because Sergio, you're not ready for that. You're not ready for that. Look what you did today. Exactly. Exactly. You can't ask a question where you already messed up there. But the next thing I'm going to give you when it comes to buying time, the 20% rule applies with time. Okay, so we're going to get to that. So we're going to get there, but that's what I'm talking about. Let me turn the light on because now it's light was out. Okay. So by 5K, you're still using 175 at 5 trades a day. Remember, you're looking for a trade every single time that has a high percentage of hitting. You know, if you know how, like I explained to you guys when I do premium charts, I like my premium charts to line up with, okay, this premium chart looks good. Like, and you add Kels to a premium chart, it helps too. So I look at my premium chart and I'm like, okay, this price is lining up with the regular chart. Hence why we hit a lot of these lottos is because it just makes sense. Sometimes it's a double bottom. I've learned that double bottoms break at the end of the day. They make a new low and then they bounce hard off of that too sometimes on premium charts, but we're going to get to that. So starting Monday, you got 10 trades. Do not rush your trades. You are allowed 100%. If you get 10 trades, you are allowed to be in a trade. Out of the 10 trades, you are allowed to be in 2 of those trades up to an hour. So that means you have an opportunity to let those trades outperform. But the minimum is 15%, right? On $100. 20% is $20. If you are doubling your percentage per trade, the first thing you are doing is what? You start with 100 Monday and you made 40%. You made $40. You just covered $200 trades. You just covered 2 of your 10 trades. What are you going to, now this is the part I need you to answer. Are you going to continue? Matter of fact, Sergio, let's get you to talk because this is going to help. Verbal. Where you at? Where are you at? I asked to unmute you. Go ahead.
Yeah. You hear me?
You there? I'm
Yeah, can you hear me?
if you can. There you go. All right.
You hear me?
I'm hearing you. Okay. So here we go. Here's the question. This is even though what you already told us and we already know this is something that is very important. If you make 40% your first trade Monday on $100, That's
Mhm.
$40. You just covered already 2 scalps of the 10 scalps you get in a day. So you have 8 scalps left, but technically that's all you have is 8 scalps left. But since that one trade already doubled your goal, that allows you 9 scalps. So the rule here is, the question here is, what are you doing? Are you going to do 9 more trades to see how they do? Or are you going to respect the rule? See, I'm answering the question to give you the answer that I know you're going to choose the right answer. I try to word it so it's not like that. But what are you going to do? Are you going to go for the 8, 9? What are you going to do? Because now you got to keep this in mind. What if the next trade you do out of the last 8 trades you got, that one goes 100%? Now how many trades you have left versus how much cash is available to trade? That goes 100%,
Mhm.
right?
So now I
So
got 140.
now you got 140, right?
Yeah.
So
So I got 6 trades left.
now you got 6 trades left.
Yeah.
6, 8,
So I'm
5.
gonna stick to just those 6, right?
No, not 6, because your first trade went 40. Your second trade, I'm doing it as if we trading like the first half, the first hour. Sometimes you get 3 scalps.
No, I got 3. Okay, I got 3 trades left then.
You got 3 trades left, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the cash you have available, how many trades you actually really have left? You only
8
did 2
more.
trades. Exactly.
Mhm.
So what you write in your notes is, you have to read. This is your rule you're going to respect. You are allowed, and this is why I'm saying you are allowed 2 trades that you are allowed to hold an hour max. Okay? So every time you get into a trade, you have to find a trade that, one, it fits the dollar max. Okay? So what you will be doing is you would be looking at your premium charts on a 15-minute as well. You would be going over the premium chart from the previous day to see, like, let's say if you're looking into this trade, right? So like today, this morning, we got to, I said I open QQ 325, 324 puts. We did not know where they were opening at, but we knew that it was looking like a flat open. So whatever it closed at, it's not going to be that much down unless it spikes up, right?
Mhm.
So it's not that much down, but now that it spiked up to a resistance, that made the premiums cheaper. But if you looked at the day prior to that, you can see where the premiums were before that. Today, if you look at the premium chart versus the regular chart, it was a gap down. The premium chart also gapped down. And then the premium chart filled the gap. And then what did we do with the regular chart? It filled the gap. So the price came down to 62, went to 124. That was the first 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Yes, 5-minute candle. Right? So in that event of it, I want you to look at the premium chart, whatever we are looking at to get into, or whatever you're looking at to get to. I want you to look at the premium charts. If it's gapping up, then if you're in puts and it gaps down, it's going to benefit you. That means that the premiums are going to go up. So you have to, I want you to do this, and I want y'all to do this. However you create your levels for a regular chart, I want you to create the same levels for premium charts. QQ is liquid, so it's constantly traded. So it will make a premium chart for you, and it follows the actual market because somebody is trading puts and calls throughout the whole day until we get to lunchtime. Then it gets slower. Then the chart slows down a little bit, but the chart is still constructive. So Monday, you start with $100 of the 1K. You make that 20%. If it go, you have your first two trades, your first two trades of the 10, or out of the 10, you get two trades where you can hold for an hour if you want to play the workout. But you cannot add to a play. You cannot add to a play unless you double your account. That is the rule. Are we writing this down?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Because we'll get to the, what is it? It's $100, then it's 150. So now when you get to that 150, when you're doubling at the 2K, now you have to split that 150. You can split that 150 in half, because whatever you did from 1K to get to 2K, and you've been doing it by being disciplined, by doing 15% daily, and you get 10 trades. And let's just say, like, the real discipline here is what we just talked about. Your first trade did 40%. Your next trade did 100%. You have in your discipline notebook, you only have 3 trades left because you already hit the goal. You're already ahead of yourself, and that's beautiful. There's going to be days where you're like, I can afford it, but you afford it when you are 5x your account. But that doesn't mean you get greedy again. You get out, you can't lose that focus. There's gonna be a day, then you have to report this to me, because I'm gonna be that person that I'm gonna keep you in check. Or you could report it in daily P&L, whatever. But what gets all of us every single time is greed. Excitement. Excitement is when we're supposed to sell. I do that shit too. Remember the day that we were live and I told y'all, I'm like, oh, boom, yeah, let's go. And then I said, fuck. I wanted to show y'all the chart and the calendar thing that I set up so y'all can set it up too. And then I lost that 2,000 that was fucking 5 minutes. Y'all gained, and that made me happy. But I'm like, see, I do this every day. I want to show, I'm excited to show them something, which I should have showed y'all that before the market started. But I was just too happy. I was too hyped that day. And then it backfired. But then it came back. It came back, which I wasn't even mad after that. I was like, all right, But that's what you're gonna do until you get to 2K. So stick to that rule, because, and what I want you to do, I mean, you can even like use the daily profiting, the daily compound calculator, right? And what you're gonna do is there's gonna be drawdowns, but the drawdowns are gonna be minimal because you're only buying one contract. This is what keeps the discipline in check, because you can't add. So if you use a stop loss, the stop loss has to be on the other 8 trades. You can't use a stop loss actually you can in an hour. I mean, if you are using stop losses, your stop loss got it. I mean, mental stops are best, especially.
Yeah, I don't use stop losses.
Yeah, I don't believe in that, because trust me, people lose more with stop losses than mental stops.
Yeah.
Mental stops, you have more of a hold on that, like, of what to do. It's like, all right, I'm really down 50%, I'm out. Because would you rather this make $20 every other day, or every 7 out of 10 trades, and out of 7 out of 10 trades you lose 30, or one time 50 max, because 50 would be, let's say, your cutoff, because you got to that point where you're so disciplined. You're like, shit, it spiked up, I made $40. Shit, it dropped 5 cents. Okay, that's $5. Fuck it, shit, I'm cutting this position because that's just $20. Freak it. Or $5. So that's another, and excuse my profanity, but that's another way to look at things, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna be doing what y'all doing. This is your rules. I'm gonna follow these rules with you to keep you in check. It's like training wheels. You're good at entries, you're good at execution, but what gets you all the time is greed. And then we have to get to the point of, what is the number in your, so every time you 3x your account, you have to take out a percentage of your account every time. Now, what would be your percentage?
Half.
That could work. And so you will be doing this. You will be doing this for the next, I don't know what it is. I like to do 6 months. I don't know why I do that. But since 4 is my lucky number, you're going to be doing this for the next 4 months. Okay. What's up, Kojak?
Okay.
So you're going to do this for the next 4 months. The reason I say you want to transfer because you're transferring out profits. Okay. So the fact that you're transferring out profits, it's just like you're doing the same thing over and over. It's going to be boring, but when you start looking at how much you transferred out in 4 months, because 4 months is allowing you what? You get 10 trades a day. Let's put it like this. Monday, where would you stop at? What would make you happy? You get 10 trades a day, right? Because I'm gonna make this as realistic as possible. Of 10 trades, how many trades would you also stop at too? Because you got to also you have to discipline yourself to the point where you could take too much of a loss. And that's another thing that comes into play. It's like, all right, I've made 3 trades today and all 3 are a loss, or 4 trades or 5 trades, not even 1 win. What is the number where you're going to stop out of the 10 trades? And remember,
if I've had losses,
yes. If you start off with a loss, how many more trades would you do to where you're like, all right, I'm done for today?
I don't know. I've done that and kept trying all day and just lose more.
That's the thing. So you putting this in your notes because this is what you got to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give you a number. You get to do up to 3 trades back to back. So if your first trade is a win, second trade is a loss, that's the first loss.
Okay.
Right? Third trade is a win. And these are still applying the 15% rule. Right? So third trade is a win that cancels out the trade that was a loss. Right? Because you broke even. But that still applies to the fact that you have a rule of you get 10 trades a day. One's a win, one's a loss. You have to give yourself 2 break evens, you're done for the day. 3 straight losses, you're done for the day. This is discipline. It sucks. I'm telling you, it sucks. When you get to, all right, you said double your transfer out. I want you to stick with this rule every single day, because what is that? If you can successfully, you can hands down successfully do at least 200 a day if you're hitting it just right. 100% on a dollar trade is $100. So that's already there. It's not saying you're getting 200. You can get instant 50%, but 15% at 10 times a day, that's still good. But I like the idea of, okay, the first trade, if I hit 40%, I'm automatically out because I doubled. But that's also has the rule of, I got an hour to see how far this goes if I really wanted it to. But then while you're sitting there, you're waiting an hour to see how far it goes. You got to also tell yourself, like, damn, I'm at 40%. Damn, now I'm back down to 35. Now I'm down to 25. You got to cut it before it goes anywhere near 15%. But
yeah, so that's what I did today. So I bought the meta puts at or when they got to 130.
That was the first entry.
Yeah. I
Okay.
bought 10 right away at 130,
How
and
many
then got,
contracts?
10. So I,
Oh, you
spent 1,300. Yeah, I
yes.
know it's too much. Yeah, but so then it went down, and
Uh-huh.
I was up probably $850,
Yeah, I'm mad at
and
you right now, but go ahead.
yeah. So, but see, this is my issue. So you say scale couple at a time, couple at a time. So I sold two,
Uh-huh.
and it had broken down in the flag. So I was like, okay, it could possibly keep going down since it broke the flag down.
Correct.
And I sold two, but then they went up, and then I was only up 500. And I was like, okay, well, it's still below the flag. I sold a couple more, and
Smart.
then
Was a couple more. Was a couple
um
more. So you went from 10 to 8. Was a couple more. I need to know that number.
two. Because
Okay. So now you're
it
done with
was
6.
yeah, yeah. So then it stayed for a bit. I thought, okay, from here it might go down, but then it just freaking shot
But
up. And then when it
yeah.
got back to 130, um, you said entry again. So then I bought more, and
All right.
then you doubled the 80, and I bought more,
Correct.
and then I fucked up.
Okay, you ready?
So yeah.
So your era, you were up at 850, right? So this is a strategy I
Mm-hmm.
would tell my lady. You had 10 contracts.
Yeah.
So you're up 850. This is a $1,300 position.
Mm-hmm.
You're up 850 on a $1,300 position.
Yeah.
Bro,
So
that's
okay, so
almost,
then
come on, bro. That's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
okay, so this is my thing. So you say to scale a little at a time, this and that, but so if I hit my goal, in the first trade, you should just sell all of it then. Don't
Yes.
don't hold, don't sell a little bit at a time,
There's
just
no
sell it all.
point. There's no
Because
point.
there's been times where I do sell
Uh-huh.
them all, and
And then that
I
shit
make
goes even my
like three.
money.
Yeah, and then it keeps going, and then I lose out on freaking. There's times where I sold at 500 and ended up at like 2,000, 2,500. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
shit, I could have made way more.
Uh-huh. So the scale rule, you have 10 contracts. Your daily goal was $500.
Yeah,
You exceeded by 350.
yeah.
You should initially take off the $500.
Oh, okay.
All right. You
Yeah.
take off the $500, right? Now you have a position that is 350 in profit. So taking off $500 would be what, equivalent to how many at 850? What was it trading at when you was at profit at eight, when you
Uh,
was up 850
yeah. I
around
don't know. It was over $2,
over $2? Okay,
probably.
yes. All
Yeah.
right, so $2, 10 contracts, 850. Use up 850 on that. Okay. So it was at $2. You had 10 contracts. Damn. Damn, Sergio. 21. So 2150, right? You deduct 500 from that, right? Or you deduct the profit. So the profit there is how many contracts? This is the best
Profit
thing.
there.
The profit is 850, right? So how many
Uh-huh.
contracts you had to had sold at $2 to hit that profit, to lock in the profit?
4 or 5,
4 or 5.
right?
Yes, yes, correct. You were better
Mhm.
off there taking off half. Your first take off 2, that is where you messed up. Once your goal is hit, you take off half, hands down.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you had 10 contracts, you take off half, you have 5 now. Scale another one, you have 4 contracts. But before you said you did, what was it? It was 10, you took off 2, and then you
2.
took off another 2. See,
Yeah, when it was started going up.
yeah, I'd rather you do 5, 2, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
you have 3 left. if it continues, if you start seeing it, if it fail or reject, right? That
Yeah.
moment so it was going back down to where you added at, wouldn't you rather just close it off?
Well,
Or
see, then that was my thought, and I was going to, but then you said
my
you're
conviction got
re-entering.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see
and then I
that.
was like, all right, well, fuck it, I'll get more, man. I can double it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct. But then that wasn't the case. So
Yeah, no.
rule to you guys was always every re-entry is less than what you started with
Smaller.
your first.
Yeah, and I
Always.
bought 10 more after that.
See that that's not
And you
that's
re-entered,
full
so
on. That's full on greed.
yeah,
Full on
yeah,
greed.
that's great.
Yeah, this is recorded, guys.
And then at 80, I bought another 10, so I was at like 20 some contracts at that point.
See, did you even did
And
you
yeah.
yeah, so and you would what was the I'm not gonna ask I was gonna say what were how much were you down exactly percentage wise on the position? Because now you have to read the rules that we just created. So 5 contracts, not 2 the first time, because 850,
Hmm.
like shit. Let me lock in 5 contracts,
Yeah.
right? Lock it in,
Hmm.
okay? And then you have 5 contracts left. Scale 2 more. But if you let's say this is my thing, and price is important, premium is important because we all know certain tickers playing in the dollars, they move crazy 10, 20, 30, 40% easily. Trading tickers, premiums that are in the dollar range, especially for tickers that we all know. Okay. So here, 5, you take off half, 850, that's the profit. Whatever the profit is, that's how much you take off. All right. So to calculate that, 10 contracts. Let's say it was at 2000. Right. Mm-hmm. Because I want to do this right. 1300, 50, 2150. Then you divide that by 5 contracts. That leaves you with 430 left, which is fine when it goes back or whatever. Actually, no, that's incorrect. Sorry. My math ain't mathing right now. Give me a second. Give me one second. Give me 1 second. I got mad numbers on my notes right now. I'm telling you that right now. About 4 years. It is about it is 4 contracts at $2. Yeah, 4
Yeah.
contracts. So yeah, that's 850. That's 800. So I would actually rather do the 5.
Hmm.
That's because there's no half contract. So yeah. So your goal was 500. You way over your goal, almost double your goal at
Yeah.
850. That's close to doubling your goal. Automatically take that 850 back and take a little bit more than that 850 back because you already hit your goal. So if
Hmm.
something continues to go up, leave yourself with 3 contracts. Exactly. Always. You're risking initial. Yep, that is correct. So Sergio, that's what you're gonna do for a while until you get back to 350.
All right.
You're gonna get it. Stop. You already know how these OTTs go. So you know how it works. You're gonna get it. Not
Yeah.
with no hesitation. You're gonna get it. Don't put that in your head right now. This is why you ain't trading tomorrow. Paper trade tomorrow. Paper trade tomorrow, and then report back to me with that. What you came up with, what trade you did, what you came up with. And if you exceed, and no, you still can't break your rules. If you exceed, then that's gonna give you that motivation come Monday to be like, oh yes, bet I'm ready. I already know what I got to do. Right now, what I'm doing for y'all is I'm putting a plan in place, but I'm also breaking the numbers down to the point where you got to get out your head where the greed is there's no point of being greedy in this market. There's no point of us being greedy. It's it's why I always did the compounding strategy at 20%. 500 freaking in what? It was 530 trades or 44 trades at 20%. And you're not throwing the whole 500 at one trade. You're splitting that 500 up at 20%. So the best way you can split it up, like I explained to you with the 1K, it's the same solution. So let's get it up. Right. So let me get to my thing. Look at this. Let's check the screen out. Gotcha right now. I love this daily compound interest calculator. All right. So let me share it. Get you guys there. Because this is just putting in perspective for you. Okay. So 1K. Yeah, I can see the screen, right? Y'all see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is 1K. Your interest, 15. Right? Percent. Because this is if you had 3,500, same thing, whatever. And I just want to put this out there. If you just locked in that 850 today and just walked away, and then let's say you did the same thing tomorrow, you do know that is you already over doubled your account, right? In 5 trades.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put that out there. It's not to make you feel bad, but it just will wake you up. Because you greed. Serge, fuck the greed. Excuse my profanity again. Fuck the greed. Trust me. Unless it's something where you miss something, but the greed ain't even worth it. So 15% daily. So I said 4 months. So 4 months would be, what is this? 30 days. Let's 3, 6, 9, 120 days. That's 120 days. Right? Nah, don't look at that number though. At the bottom. Yeah. So 120 days. This is 15%. But rules always apply to the point where we're gonna go over this. Okay, so 15% at 1,000. A day is 150, right? This is your earnings, 150. Next day, it goes up $20. It keeps climbing. It climbs. So from the 12th to the 12th of next month, you'd be at 11K. You'd be up 1,000%, more than 1,000%, right? This is by June 12th from May 12th. If you start tomorrow, but you're not starting tomorrow, you're starting May 3rd. Wait, you're starting May. Oh, did I put including weekends too? Hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry, that's why I'm like these numbers is crazy. Much better. That makes much more sense. Forget the big number percentage or whatever like that, because you're gonna be stuck in discipline mode. So starting the 15th, right? You will start the 15th. I should have just changed the date to the 15th so this doesn't confuse anybody. This applies to everybody, but the ones that can't watch, that want to swing, that's next, Mel. I got you. So 120 days, I don't know. This says 86 business days, so I got to go a little higher than that to get it there, but whatever. So from the 16th to the 16th in 1 month, is this correct? Yeah, this is correct. Yeah, it gets there. But remember, you're not following this all the way through. You're going to have days where you're way above your daily goal, but this is just a breakdown. So so if we're going by day, it actually is different from this chart, but you get 10 trades, and let's say you had 120 trades, that would be 120 trades. I'm trying to do is 120 trades, because there's going to be, I'm trying to factor days where let's say you got into a trade at $1 and you exited at $5. It went up 500% in that hour, in 30 minutes. Because that happens. News comes out. It happens. So you did that. You already exceeded a couple of days.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. You already exceeded a couple of days. Because there's gonna be a lot of days. And you're sticking to one contract regardless. So 150, this is your earnings. I'm looking at this whole wrong. So 16, right? Your starting balance is 1K, 15%. right? A day on your total account. So by the why does it say the 12th? The 16th. It got to be the 16th. Okay. So by the 16th of June, your account should be at around 28K. So in a month, you should be at 28K from 1K. And you are,
But
and that is achievable, highly achievable by the rules and what you put down in your notes, what we created, the plan we created for you.
but I can't do that if I'm stopping at 200 a day, right? Because that's not 20% if it keeps going up.
What do you mean?
So you're talking about the 20% daily for that long will get me that much money, but you said I got to stick to my rule of 200 a day, and then I got to
Correct.
stop, correct? So that's not
Mm,
going to make that amount, right?
because that changes as your account grows. You said you wanted to stop at every time you double, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're when you I what I would suggest, you initially started with 3,500.
Yeah.
Work your way back to 3,500. That's why I say I give you 4 months. You should be way past 3,500. Okay, so work your way back to 3,500. After you work your way back to 3,500, you're going to you're going to still apply that same rule. It's going to actually be 175, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you are still your goal is to double because you said every time you double your account, you're going to take out half.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're taking out half every time you double, and you know you can double the account just by trading 20%. And remember, you have a rule a day. If you hit if your goal is 200 a day, and like I said, there's going to be days where you get in a trade that you put $100 in and it goes to $5 off of a spike. It works in your favor because I promise you guys, y'all are going to get trades that are going to work in your favor sometimes, and you get lucky. And those are the trades that you have to pay attention to because those are the trades that make you hit your goal. So, yes, you're sticking to 200, but remember, you are also allowed 2 trades that you can hold for an hour each. Anything is possible with that. So, if each of these trades double, you already made your goal for that day. So if you want to, out of 10 trades, you're scalping 20% or 15%, 8 trades, right? And let's say out of those 8 trades, you hit 6 trades at 20%. The other 2, you cut at 20% because you're still in profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you have 2 left. Wouldn't you rather use those last 2 trades to get that max hour extension? There's no rule breaking with those 2 trades. The rule is you get up to an hour to hold a trade and let it play out. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, would you rather scalp trades, the first 8 trades, and then save the last 2 for a longer period? Because we know we can scalp 2 trades in 5 minutes. We've done it. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. We get in the trade, boom, out 30%. Wait for it to come right back down because it does that. Boom, out 40%. So if your first, or you can do it in reverse. If your first 2 trades, you want to let them both, your first trade, you want to let that go an hour and that goes to 300%, you're good. You are good, but the also rule is how many trades you have left if that goes to 300%. If that goes to three, if that trade goes up 300%, how many trades do you have left? That's your first trade.
None.
You have no trades?
Yeah, because if it goes 300%, then I already made my daily goal, right?
That is true. But you forgot the other thing. You because that the only way to suppress the greed is to have something that allows you, in a sense, to be greedy, but at the same time, there's a cutoff to it. You get 2 trades out of the 10 to let it last an hour. These are the only 2 trades you get that would push you past your goal.
Okay. So if I use the 2 hour trades and I go over my goal, I could still use the other 8 for the
No,
20%.
no. This is why. So the thing here is you want to use them wisely. So you can either use them. This is what I'm saying, because I want you to be disciplined with this. I don't want you to be like, oh, well, I did all these trades today, because you also have the rule of if you do three bad trades in a row, you stop. You break even twice, you're done for the day. That
Okay.
means it's not working for you. But your first 2, this is what I'm doing to help you with your greed. This is allowing you to be greedy for an hour, but there's a cutoff time. It's an hour. So whatever time you get in the trade, it's not, oh, I'm eyeing this trade. It's once you execute, you got an hour in that trade. So if you wait all day to find a trade, you can do that. If you took a trade at 1 p.m., you can do that. And then another one at 3 p.m. or end of day, you can do that. If you want to get it done in the first hour, which is very possible, you got 2 chances to do that. You have 2 chances to do that. But remember, the rule is you have 1 hour.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not going to say 2. It's 1 hour for 2 trades. So you could, the first trade. But if you use, because if it depends on how, if you want to do it, I'm telling you the best option to do is that way is take the first 2 trades should be your longest trades, the hour ones. If you did 1 hour trade for the beginning of the day, and then you wanted to do 1 hour for the end of the day, you got to remember in between that, you can't overtrade. You can't break your rule. So if your first trade is 300%, the only rule you can, even though you, like you said it, you can't do no more trades. You already hit your goal. But I'm allowing you to do 1 more trade because there's a part of you that wants to do another trade. True or not true?
True.
Especially if you fucking hit something nice.
Yeah.
You're going to look at it and you're like, damn, like I got cash sitting there, because you got to know how to fight that urge to use that cash. This is why the more cash you see in your account, the more you want to, you increase size. And this is why everybody fails. We all have done it. We've done it. We've been there. So I'm allowing you 2 trades back to back versus splitting them up. Because if you split them up and you get, I mean, it would be great if you got a 5, if your first trade was 500%. But let's be realistic, right? Max 1 to 200%. That's $200. You get 1 more trade. But if you cut that trade, I mean, if you cut that trade before an hour, but because, I mean, if it hits a higher percentage, like another 300 or 200, let's say you played puts and then you went right into calls right after to play the bounce, and then you made the same amount the opposite way, you fucking done for the day.
Yeah.
Right? So you done. That's it. You're like, there's no reason to even want to use the rest of that money, but you will in your mind, but you won't physically. Like you won't, bro. You got 4 months to do this.
Yeah.
There's gonna be slow days. The slow days is when we stuck in the channel. Those are the days where you're gonna scalp. That hour holding is not, is save those for eventful days like Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays. Because not every day is gonna require you to hold for an hour, and then that hour is just depleting.
Yeah.
You know, so you want the max drawdown. Now I'm gonna get into mail because what you said, Sergio, also like being done for the day. You can be done for the day. If you wanna stay into a trade, you could take your 100%, whatever, 50%, 20%. Drawdowns are gonna happen. You can apply the same rule buying time also. But if you are buying time, Mel, where you at? Mel, you still here? Oh, this calculator, it's the calculator site. The calculator site, all one word. Serge, I'm switching over to Mel. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Don't forget, we start on Monday. Tomorrow, paper trade.
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
All right. And that rule still applies. You get the hour. And actually, tomorrow, since you paper trading, mess around with it. If you want to try the first hour and then the last hour, because it's always one of the hours. Sometimes both present the opportunity, and sometimes it's just one side. When one doesn't, the other one always does, which is crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll send it in the in your DMs.
I appreciate that.
All right, man. Thanks.
Anytime, Serge. Melly, where you at? All right. Unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can. I can hear you loud and clear. Ask your question.
Well, when I first joined, I joined probably like in March, and the trend was down and we were playing a lot of puts.
Yes.
And I definitely felt the greed. I almost doubled my account. I had 6,000 and I brought it to 10.
Nice.
That was my goal by June to hit 10. Why I didn't sell, like I was supposed to put that 6,000 back into my account. I didn't do it, and we all know what happened.
Of course.
We all know. Okay,
Yes.
so now
we all there.
I replenished my account with 1,000, but I literally have not traded the month of April. I
respect that.
Yeah, I didn't trade the month of April. I feel lost, and I'm like, I can't start trading again until I have a plan. And I feel like the trend is kind of like up in this weird
Correct. Yes.
And I keep playing puts like long out, and I just feel like I'm just throwing money out the window. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Let me stop and just, I don't know, wait for you to give me a plan.
Yes, not a problem. Okay, I got you with that. So the same thing applies to you with Sergio. But my question to you is, when you were playing puts before, you were swinging these things, right?
Yeah, I did your QQQ play that I think I DM'd you about, and then the Amazon put.
Okay. All right.
I took those plays of yours and I went hard.
And those are cores, right?
Yeah, those are my cores.
They were cores. Okay. So here we go. With 1K, right? You're going to be doing the same thing. You are going to be doing the same thing. The reason is you're going to build back up to 6K.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you build back up to 6K, but what you're actually going to be doing now is you're literally doing the same thing Sergio is doing. Every time you double transfer it out.
Yeah.
You got to pay yourself back.
Perfect. Yeah.
Get that out the way first. It's like you're paying your own debt to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to knock that out first. And you want to do that. And then at the end of the week, whatever your profit is, or at the end of the day, like, again, as your account grows, you're going to apply that same rule, right? At the end of the week, or not even at the end of the week. If you're making $200 today, tomorrow morning, you are going to transfer that out and go back to the same rule.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. How are you with entries and exits?
I think that's my problem is like my actual trade. I haven't had a green trade in a long time. So
Okay.
that's why I just stopped.
You're not a scalper?
I have been watching you do it. And I don't know. Like, I don't
You
get it.
scared.
Yeah, I'm
You
so
scared.
scared. Like, I literally just would buy one with you and like, I start getting anxiety. Like,
Nah, because
and it's
that
like 30
only
cents.
it does that. It does that to you. I swear it does that. Like when you come from, I'm gonna tell you the transition is not easy. It is not, because when you're used to something, doing something one way, like, all right, buying time, this works for you. This is what really works for you. But
Yeah.
then you're going into, oh, I'm scalping, because QQ, every move is fast. So you can get into something, can go against you, can get into something and then spikes, and it can still go against you. It can spike so fast, but you didn't react so fast to getting out that trade, then that messed you up. That fucks you up. But that happens.
Yeah.
So with scalping, it's the plan. Okay. So how are you with your charting?
I really like the Keltner channels. Like, I watch your videos, and so I've been using that with the two moving averages used.
14 and 30. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I just use like support and resistance, but like on like the daily or the weekly.
Correct. Okay.
So when I see your charts, it's like lines everywhere. It's way more lines than I have.
Yes, because so on a basic scale, when you see my lines, I use extensions and retracements.
Right.
Okay. You can actually pair retracements and extensions with the Keltner. Do you know how to use the retracement and extension?
No.
There's a video on it.
Okay.
All right. It should be an FAQ basic. If it's not, it's on YouTube. I'm gonna find that for you, and I'm gonna post that in Ninja Alert. So the reason I'm saying this is all right, let's do this. Let me get a chart up for you guys. Let me get a chart up for you guys. Give me 1 second. Chart. Let me get let's just say a QQ chart. All right. Do you use intraday charts? And if so, what intraday charts do you use?
I like the 15 and the hour.
All right. Mine's is 15 and 2 hour. All right, that works. Hourly, I check that usually like around 12. It's very beneficial for a reason, because we're already halfway through the day. So I'm always looking at, okay, for 4 hours, 2 candles, I play back off the day before that. So here we go. So this is QQ, right? I'm gonna show you how fibs work. I'm gonna do this. There's a reason I'm gonna show you guys all this. I've shown you guys this before, but it's that, damn, after you chart it, every time you chart something when the market closes and you put a fib on the chart or an extension on it, you're like, holy crap. I could have just played this easily. So I'm gonna show you something, because you got Celts, right? You understand Celts, you understand 14 and 13. You understand the rules with Celts, where lower Celt, once price courses back above lower Celt, what's your first target?
Well, I don't know, because I haven't taken a trade in a long time. But if I take a put at the upper Celt, then I just look at percents. Like, I take something off at 10%.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna show you something. Let me put my 3 ladies here. Here we go. All right. So purple, upper Celt, green, middle Celt. Excuse the yellow. Let me get her out of here. Okay, so let's get rid of the 30. And red is lower Celt. Okay. So when you take a put at the upper Celt, that's usually the 15-minute, correct?
No, I look on the bigger time frames.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because I go long. Like, I go long. Like, the last put I was like Apple, like September expiration. Like, it's stupid. Like, because I'm lost.
Okay, but that's not stupid. That's actually safe. That you protecting your capital doing that too.
But it's so down right now.
Oh, I hear you. So you traded QQ long term, but you're scared to trade it short term.
Yeah.
For you, you like to buy time. Why don't you buy 1 to 2 days out versus months out? And you're applying the exact same rule that Sergio was applying. This is sticking to your buying time, but if you are good at reading Keltner channels, right? You can play 15 minutes. This is a 15-minute, this is a 2-hour chart. Let me take this off real quick. Let me put it at a 15-minute. Yeah, this chart is kind of, yeah, it's pretty extended. So here in this chart automatically, we've been riding the middle count on the 15-minute. We came outside the upper count here, and then we came back in. So you're shorting, and are you afraid to go long?
Yeah.
Why? Because you feel
Because
that this would be the day that everything.
yes, and then you also like never play calls.
I don't. Because
It makes me nervous to do
so
that.
no. So and another thing is, I don't want you guys to think that you're wrong if you want to play calls. I just don't play the calls because, like you, any day now is coming. It's going to happen. We are going to flip. And what's already going on in the background, how this market is being propped up, is being popped up through zero ODT.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's big funds moving money around. That's all it is. Calls, puts, end of day, spiking it. So, but the thing is, and this is what I tell everybody, it doesn't matter if the trend is up or the trend is down. There's money to be made on both sides. Hands down. So if we gap down, I always tell you guys, there's 2 ways you can play. You can go long here, and then when that gap fills, reshort it. Or if we gap up, like today, this morning, let's go to that. I want to get that 15-minute. I want to show you something. This is, all right, here we go. We gapped up, right? And this is, I always share with you guys NQ. I want you to start charting NQ as well. Do you have, what trading platform do you have? What platform do you
Yeah,
have?
I have Webull and we don't have that. So I can't get like, I don't have that chart.
If you can get a Thinkorswim, put like $20 in it. I don't know if that will work, but put $20 in it. You're not trading that $20. You're just gonna put it in there just to be able to use the charts and watch. I don't know how I did this, but I don't pay for Thinkorswim at all. I don't even use it to trade. I use it just for charting.
Okay.
I only traded one ticker on Thinkorswim years ago. And I think because I'm still in that ticker, maybe that's why. But the ticker doesn't trade anymore. So I don't know if that's why, but it's not even anything in it. The position is like $5. So get Thinkorswim because the reason I tell y'all to get Thinkorswim is you can, every chart that you see and you're following on, and because I know when you look at my Keltner channels and I'm telling you, oh, Keltner, this is the price, you're like, no, and mine's is showing another price. With Webull, I don't know if the Keltners match up. Like right now, if you look at Webull on the 15-minute with QQ, is your Keltner 325.42?
Which one? The upper one?
Lower Kelt.
It's at, on the 15-minute, the lower one is at 324.73.
Yeah.
On QQQ.
Yes. And mine's is 325.42.
Yeah.
So the way that you can follow me like everything and see everything, this is why I tell you guys get Thinkorswim. I say y'all don't, like, if you got to put something in it, if you got to buy I don't know, a penny stock that is like $2 or $1 just to leave them, just to have you in something just so you can use the platform.
Yeah.
Do that. Okay. Don't be afraid to play calls. Do not be afraid to play calls. And if you are afraid to play calls, invert your chart. But if you know how to read a chart, the standard chart, and play long, you can do that as well. But get out your head. Mel,
Yeah, I'm hearing
get
you.
out your head. Get out your head. Don't, you know what it is? It's not you're scared to play anything. You still focused on that loss.
Yeah, but it's also like I'll take a very like cheap trade, just like one that's like 50 cents or something, you know, like I look at TQQQ.
Yes.
And so I am looking to, like, I bought one put this week because it's approaching the upper kel on the
What
4
chart?
hour.
4 hour. Okay.
And so I bought one, I think it was $1. And
What
so
day? Was it this week or today?
it was this week. It was like 2 days ago, I think I got it.
Okay.
And so I got it because it was reaching that upper kel, and I got it for June, and I want to sell it when it goes to the middle kel.
Did it get to the middle count?
No, it's real red right now. That's what I'm saying. So I just be taking like a little trade, or I think about taking a little trade, and it's everything's going up. It just keeps going up. You know, so
Correct. What time do you take your trades?
I usually take it either the first part of the day, like the first hour, or after work, which is after 3.
Okay, so are you taking the same days?
No, I
After
always take weeks out, like a month out. Like I never buy an expiration date that's the same month that we're in.
You're not gonna you're not going to see in the current trend right now, doing that to scalp is not going to work for you.
Okay.
That's where your premiums, it's not, they're losing value because the price is going up. Hence, I want you to get into scalping, but I want you to do the exact thing that we talked to Sergio about.
With
Literally,
$100.
yes. You got
Yeah.
1,000. You got 10 trades. Since you're gonna have, this is gonna be your like sweet tooth. Like you get to cheat. Your cheat is gonna be the same. It's gonna be an hour. You get two trades that can last an hour. But you have to still respect that rule. And once you get your account back to 6K, to where you already paid yourself back to 6K, then we change those numbers.
Okay, so my question is this, because I don't scalp. So obviously I've just been watching you for the month of April. So I would just, you know, you always say the plan before the market opens.
Every day, yes.
So, and what you do is you start like with one, and then if it goes against you, you double, and if it goes against you, you double. Like, so like you scale in, right?
Yes.
So am I like, I should be doing that with the $100? Like, is that possible? Or do I just wait till you like get in like the third time? You know what I mean?
Okay, so wait till the third time.
Okay.
But sometimes, but see, that's the thing. You don't know if it's a third time. So this is the answer for that.
You trade with Celts, right?
Mm-hmm.
The plan is there. I give you the plan. It's gapping up. We're opening when we open that position
so this is my thing. If you get into, let's say with $100, you get into that position, you don't see, if I'm adding 3 times, majority of the times is I don't like to add, like, let's say we got in at one, I'm gonna say we opened at 70 cents, right? We opened at 70 cents. we dropped down to 62 cents. So that lost 8 cents before it spiked up. If you got in at open, that was the trade, one contract, you were able to buy one contract under $1, and you could have sold that contract over 20%. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So now my question is this, like, when do I know to cut it? Because that's what I DM'd you about a while ago, that I just be letting these trades, if they don't
Same rule that
cut on it,
Sergio has. If we're looking for 20%,
yeah.
would you rather on one trade cut it at 20%?
No,
Or
because I
cut it
feel
at-
like it hits that fast.
it hits that fast, right?
Yeah.
So execution for you is something that's very important. Getting into a trade is another thing for you. You're usually buying time. So the night before, or like I do for us, there's always a game plan. I'll post a chart for you guys. You can always, which I want you to do is mimic my levels. When I post these levels with a chart and everything, what I'll do for you guys is I'll try to get it out I'll get it out at 9 o'clock for y'all, 9 a.m. So that you have 30 minutes to line up my levels with your levels, see what I'm looking at, why this trade, okay? And from there, like literally our first trade every single day always hits. We have not lost the first trade. What we do lose is usually the second or the third trade. Sometimes both the second and the third trade, which today was second, third. First trade hit. So in that sense, you're going to be patient with, you're literally gonna do the same thing as Sergio. You're gonna keep it at 10 trades, no more than $100. Scalp. It's going to add up. You have an hour. You can watch the market for the first hour. Like, is it flexible for you to watch the market?
Usually.
Okay, that's good. So there's times you could just jump on and you can just sit down and like trade if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to start setting alerts. Because it's not just percentage wise for you. And it's also, you understand Celts, but buying time worked for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if another thing you can do too as well, there's another way to do this. If I'm posting today's trade by the next day, or because I can't tell you to buy the next weekend, you can't do that with $100. You cannot. With 1,000, the best thing to do is scalp it 10 times, but not literally 10 times. You want to scalp it at those 20% because you want to get into a flow. You got to be comfortable. The first hour, like this, because I don't want y'all to break a rule, because that's the thing. We all break rules. Sergio's is greed. Yours is not greed. You just don't know when to sell. And to fix that, you have to have a mental stop. Or when you sell, when the trade goes against you, why do you keep holding?
Because
you
I
want
have time.
Mm-hmm.
And because like like you call the trade and you're so good. So I'm like,
I know,
okay.
see? Yeah, always. I appreciate y'all when y'all say that. I appreciate y'all when y'all say that. But we gotta always go into every trade that is not going to always work.
Yeah.
So buying time is going to allow, if you can buy time. And the only way we can go from Sergio to his Mel's plan, 1K. You want it done with buying time, you have to stick to this rule. 1K buying time. You will buy 3 days out every single time. You cannot exceed $150 to $200 on a trade. This is gonna get more difficult for you. Because you're still following that 20% rule. But 3 days out, percentage is not as the same day. So this means that 1K, you can trade with 20% of your account, which is $200. Now the hard part is the discipline part. You get 5 trades a day. When you buying 3 days out, the percentage rule doesn't apply to the same day or the day before. So in this case, we can backtrack. Instead of buying time, you can play at the money. Same day. You ever thought about that?
I've thought about it.
And why you didn't take it? That's our issue, is we think about things and it's like, I should have just been doing that.
Yeah, if I do anything close, I would do at the money. I mean, I'm gonna I've noticed a mistake while you were talking is that I don't match my lines with your lines. Okay, so I'm gonna try the scalping thing like one. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I'm gonna try that because like
You're not
5
trying,
trades
you're
a
not
day-
starting tomorrow though.
No. Hell,
Okay.
no. No, I can't tomorrow too with my work, but
Okay.
on Monday I'm gonna attempt to do this. But the 5 trades a day just sounds crazy to me. Like I don't trade that much. Like I'll maybe do like 2 a week, maybe, you know?
Yes.
Like at 5 trades a day is just like it's just because I'm not a day trader.
You're not a day trader. I respect that.
You
But
know,
in this current market,
you
buying,
kind of have to be.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So what you're saying is I get it. What you're saying to go 3 days out, but I'm just gonna be real with you. Like this is something totally new for me because I always buy at least a month out. So I feel like
We're gonna
to follow
create,
you.
yeah,
To follow
we're gonna make you a problem. We're gonna make
you
you
know.
a problem. This is a good thing though. It doesn't hurt to try something new, because I'm gonna tell you something. What you are now, I was years ago, and people in here can tell you that. I was never big on scalping. I was never big on scalping. I got into XPX because of, what was it? Why did I get into X? Oh, somebody in the team was like, yo, you trade SPY so well, you should do this. And I'm like, nah, you ain't gonna stop what I like to do and make me get into that. Fast forward, I'm trading ODT. My bread and butter was always buying time and swinging. That was my bread and butter. Lottos were just playing with profits. And then the profits I played with, we were hitting them because they worked out. Sometimes I gave back too. But I've been where you are. And I'm gonna say, once you get into scalping, you're gonna love it, because I know you I like to do 2 trades a week. You can do 1 trade a day. When your account gets back to your 6K, what was your goal at 6K?
10.
Huh?
10.
To hit 10? To make 4?
To hit $10,000.
Okay, but no, what would be your goal daily if you had 6K again?
Oh yeah, and that when you said that in the beginning, I don't know what a daily goal is. Like I gave myself 3 months to hit 10K. Like you see what I'm saying?
Wait,
so I give
what?
myself
Wait.
like.
So you get so what were you? All right, so what was your scaling size?
When
In
I first started, it was probably like less than 50% of my account, but then things started going our way and I went buck wild.
Yo, see what? That's greed. That's greed. That's greed.
I know, but I know that's why I started it. Like I just totally blew up the $10,000. It was a hot mess. So now, but I always take profit, most of the profit at 20%. But like Sergio said, when I do that rinse and repeat that you talk about, I was rinsing and repeating like legit with the same amount. And that's when you told me through the DMs, like, no, if you get back in the same trade, you have to scale down.
Yes.
You know, and that's how I blew up the account, you know, but I
Gotcha.
always take profit at 20%. Always.
Good. Always when you get back in a trade, so me, my first trades in the morning, that first trade, I size. It's my first trade. It's either this is gonna work or I'm gonna break even, but I'm going to get my 20% somewhere, one way or the other. That's me. I size, but I don't size my whole account. I size, that trade hits, I'm done. Now, when we go back we go back and scale again. If I did, let's just say, I'm going to give you guys a number, $2,000 for that trade, right? I have 10K account. My reentry is $500 on the second reentry.
Yeah, that's what I messed up.
Yeah, the third reentry is $250. Because if we're being able to flip a position, either our contract size count is dropping, decreasing, or the premiums are dropping. So what I mean by contract size is if I was able to buy 10 contracts at 2K at $2 and that shit went, keep my friend, went to $4, the next time I get back and let's say I doubled or whatever, I'm going in with $500. It comes back to $2. Now I have no choice but to, let's say if I want to get back in for another reentry, one contract. Now I have $300 left. I wait. Usually what happens, it gets to $2, then it drops down to $1. I can buy 3 more contracts or I double. Now doubling there would be adding another contract, or I can add 2 contracts on that. Depending on how y'all see double, everybody see double differently. So I double down, I'll add another contract. But for me, in that case, going from $200 to $1, your double down is, it's not going to be closer to the dollar. It would actually be mid. So a double down would be adding 2 contracts at $1 from that one contract that I added. Right? So from that $300 that I had, well, it's 200, then I was able to double 400. Now I only have $100 left. Now, if this trade bounces after that second entry of the double, you get 20%, you take it. And then you do it again. Because what you're doing here, your 2K, let's say that 2K pays you 50%, that's 1,000. Now you have $1,000 in profit. Now, I still have cash in my account. I'm not using my full account. Now I have $1,000 to play with in profit. So that would be me using the cash I have in my account, but I can't touch that 1,000 that I just made because I locked it in because it's a cash account. Can't reuse that. That's profit locked in. So now you have to apply your rules to the situation. Now I'm going to use half of that. Now that's $500. Now, if that $500 that I use makes me more profit, that's more money on top of that 1,000. If I lose that 5, there's no point of me going to do the third entry for 250 because I made 1K, right? I made 50%. Now I'm just going to be giving that back, half of that back, which I'm only making 25%. So Monday, that's how you're doing it. There's no, and I get it. There's no need to play at the money. But I know it sucks. Play at the money.
Try 2 trades, max. There's no doubling down on the first 2 trades. There's no doubling down at all, period. There's no
Okay.
adding. There is no adding. So if you get into a position and it automatically moves in your favor, get the hell out.
Yeah.
Because you know you have more capital to do it again. If you want to. But right now, it's the only way you're going to get into another way of trading, which you going from swing, you're going to be a scalper. You're going to be a day trader. I don't really like to call it a day trader. I guess it's the same day, but I like to call it scalping. It's scalping. It's literally, that's what it is. You scalp, you're going to scalp until you make that back. And once you make that back, then we change the plan.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sounds magical if I can do this.
You can do it. Stop saying don't do that. That part, don't do if. There's no if. There's no ifs. You can do this.
Okay.
All right. Get that greed out your head. Get that doubt out your head. All right. Tomorrow, I know you're not going to be able to trade. If you can, paper trade. Paper trade. Just 2 trades tomorrow. Max you get is an hour on it. Max. Paper trade.
Okay.
Okay, but do not sitting it as a you, and then your drawdown has to be no more than. So this is my thing. Whatever you get into the trade at, $200 at the money though, at the money. So if let's say you waited till end of day, Mel, and you're like, you know what, $200, I could get me if I and let's see, we can make this spicier. You do 2 trades max a week. You could just do 1 trade a day. I want you to study tomorrow, the market. Mondays, I'm telling you now, Mondays, first hour is always something. It always presents something, whether it gaps up or gaps down. It always presents a nice return. It's been like that for the longest, Mondays, unless it's a half day or whatever. Fridays always present something as well. Wednesdays present something too. Thursdays definitely does as well. This current market presents every day, honestly. FMOC news days presents something. But you got 200. If you can buy at the money, let's say like what today at the money was, they opened in the 325, so that's literally at the money in a sense. So if you had $200 and your at the money price is, and Sergio, this could work for you too, because you have great execution as you stated. So this should definitely not be an issue for you. But that same rule applies. You only get 2 trades out of the 8 up to an hour. If you, Mel, you're going to do the at the money, and you're gonna allow that, see how that trade works out. Not 5 trades.
No, just that one. And if I hit 20%, I just take it.
You take it, but let me tell you something though. With $200, I'm gonna grant you one thing though, because everybody has to get something that allows them to have that little greed. So Sergio's greed was 2 trades at an hour max. Yours is going to be with 2. You are allowed to buy up to the max contract you can on $200. But you're playing at the money. So you have no choice but to choose wisely. So if there's no opportunity that presents itself Tuesday, Monday, then that means it's not there. But if it presents itself to the point where, let's say
we had a crazy gap, like a crazy gap down, right? Or a crazy gap up to a resistance or a support. And that gap down to that support, and we're way outside the, let's say, because we know the rules with when it comes to Keltner channels. We gap down below the lower Kelt. Price usually, if there's a support, if you have your levels in place and there's a support, you're going to use your support plus that lower Kelt. Your support is going to be what you want the price to bounce from, and your target is always going to be that lower Kelt. So if price gaps out away from the lower Kelt, it usually vacuums back to the lower Kelt. In most cases, sometimes there's a continuation down to where the lower Kelt price actually comes back to the lower Kelt, and then it just rejects it all day. Vice versa for upper Kelt, where it bounces off the upper Kelt, and then it bounces off of it all day on top of it. So like, for instance, here on the chart, okay, let's use this right here. I don't know what day this is. This says Tuesday. Okay, so price broke. That's not an open. I want to work with an open. So what happened here? Price came under the lower Kelt, came back in. It tried to touch the middle Kelt, and then it continued to reject. So that range here was the close. The prior day close to that was 322.17. It opened at 322.12. High was 322.45, which was, this is how I trade. This is how we do it with levels. So prior day was here. This was the close. But you got to always have your previous day support and resistances. This is a must. You got to use every single candle within. Because this is how you're going to strategize when you're taking these trades and right before market opens. So we know here, sorry, I hate when Thinkorswim does this, when I pick a tool and then it freaking puts the other thing. The price actually stayed inside this candle here. What is this one? What is this one? What is this one right here? This is 14:30. That's the time. And then the previous candle after that, which is right here, price just kept rejecting. It just kept rejecting it for the rest of the day. So we closed here, right? Price closed at 322.17, and then price opened at 322.12. It opened down, but then it spiked up, right? So it hit our resist. It got near our 322.49. So in this case, me personally, I would have waited to see how price opened. If price opens flat, you always have to wait if it opens flat. And then we want to watch that 322.49 level, right? That's where I'm going to go short, because that 322.49 level coincides with what? What other technical is there besides my level? Besides
the middle Kelt.
Exactly. And price, once it broke the middle Kelt the previous day, it bounced off the lower Kelt, but it could not get back above the middle Kelt. And then we had a continued down move. And it was just rejecting the lower Kelt until it bottomed. And then you could have got long here, but then you get a lot of sideways action back into that 322.49. And then so when you have your support and resistances in play, when I post my levels at 9 a.m. every single day, I want you to match it with your chart. Use the horizontal and match it. Okay? If you can get Thinkorswim, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it over Webull chart. I promise you that.
No, I have it. I have it. My work computer won't let me access it.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So see if you can get it on the phone.
Okay.
Get the app for the phone. If you have an iPad, do it for that too.
Okay.
Because if you put it on your phone, you can screen share it to your laptop, or you can screen share it to your TV, or what if you want to give you a bigger screen.
Okay.
Everything is always best on a computer, regardless. You know that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's clear. All right. So I want you to do that. At the money, you get to buy up to 4 contracts. Because I don't know what you're gonna be able to buy. Wait, 4 contracts is 50 cents. So I wouldn't even care for 4 contracts. But I would actually look for something that's, but you're playing at the money. So you have to play at the money. That's it. You're playing at the money. Just how you said, oh, if I make 20%, I'm taking it. If you lose 20%, are you taking that?
Probably not.
See? But you have to respect your levels. So buy into your levels. Don't buy just because of the Celts. Make sure your levels line up with the Celts. Because
Okay.
look at this 320, this 324.68 level I have here highlighted. Right? If you go across, we got above that. We came back below it over here. Let me get the arrow for you guys. Because visuals always work. This 324.68. Why is this thing black? That's why. Sorry. Here we go. 324.68. We came above it. We rejected. Got back into the Celts. Then upper Celt. What it did, it matched with our level. Price got here, upper Celt, and here. Then it broke above. But then it also hit our trend line here. That's why it reversed again. And then it came back downside under the upper Celt. And then what happened? We found the support, 324.68. I want you to respect your Celts. Celts make scalping so much easier. If you can trade Celts with daily and weekly, I want you to focus on trading Celts 15 minutes. If you like the 15-minute during intraday, trade Celts on a 15-minute. Okay.
That's what I was gonna ask you. When you scalp, are you watching this 15-minute or are you on like a 3-minute or a 5-minute?
Oh, 15-minute all day. Last 10 minutes, I like to watch the ticks. Like I'm a lunatic for that. I like to watch each little tick and price movement. So like last 30 minutes, I'm watching the 5-minute candles because we're playing like some end of day lottos. But 15-minute all day.
Okay.
And then by the time you get to lunch, look at the 2-hour and the hourly. Because there's another thing. When I show you guys charts, sometimes the 15-minute looks like the 30-minute. Sometimes the hourly looks like the 2-hour. And that's being in sync. That's when price is in sync on multiple time frames to where everything just makes sense. Got it?
Got it.
So that's going to be a focus. Download Thinkorswim because that's what you're focusing on.
Okay.
My daily goal, 20%.
20%.
That's my daily goal, 20%. And I'll be overachieving it. And some days I'll let it see. That's why I gave y'all the hourly rule because I apply that as well.
Yeah, you're done at 10:30.
Yeah. Because it's like, okay, I can risk this. I can risk this amount, but I'm not gonna go over it. Some days where we're live and I'm like, nope, we ain't doing nothing right now. Nope. That's why we're not doing anything. This is exactly why we're not doing anything. Because I don't want to just jump. Account. Nah. Uh-uh. Always do. But you wouldn't even believe me if I told you. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Shiv, you ain't miss anything. This is recorded. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Take a guess. Nope. Way be it. Not even close. Nope. There's only one number. Yep. Yep. I'm not. Nope. Nope. Rules.
my lucky numbers are what my two lucky numbers are trading with that I've been successful with.
4.
Well, that's my lucky number. That's like my number.
Oh.
Account size. There's two different account sizes that I do great with. And I showed you guys over and over. Shiv, exactly. Oh no, Sergio, I'm more disciplined than you. I'm more disciplined than you. I could afford to break rules. My first trade is always my big trade. So the scaling thing that I told you to do with 10 contracts, what do you think I'm doing? When I tell y'all out 80% at a gain of 100 or 150%, think about that. It's goals are when I'm done for the day, goals already met, but I have I want to trade a little bit more addiction. This is why I go to the gym, because if I stay home, I'm always gonna keep looking for something. Or I feel like my team I gotta get something for them. I gotta get something for them. Some days we can have a whole day just bangers, and then there's days it's a banger, then it's a loss. And then if you look back at every single trade for the last 2 months, and you look at the first hour, the first trade is a winner. It doesn't matter if the trend is up. We still profit from that. This one over here. Why are you laughing? Sorry. This one over here. Well, you said, I feel like you double your account did. Nah. Mm-mm. Not at all. Oh, that's my baby?
That's why.
She made a. Let me see. What's that? She made a TikTok? Sorry, guys.
That's here.
She was making a TikTok when I walked in her in the room the other day. I'm gonna beat her butt. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my God. Thank you for sharing that. I know but she can't freaking text. I'm gonna beat her butt, yo. Comment on. All right. I won't say anything to her. I won't say anything to her. I won't say anything to her. I won't say anything. I won't say nothing. She gonna definitely hit my mouth. Definitely gonna say something.
You know I'm on here.
I know you are. I know you are. But you're watching TikTok.